everyone. Good afternoon, good evening all over the world. So how are we doing, guys? Your second day here. How was your first day of the Wolf non-surgical course? Yeah, you'll see. For those of you that's the first time, okay, you're nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. The most simplest things in life are the most powerful things in life, okay? We have taught everyone from people that are actually blind, to medical doctors, to housewives, to accountants, to people fresh out of high school. Anybody and everybody can take the most powerful and learn the most powerful body work in the world. And we have the most powerful body work. And I'll tell you that right now. I mean, we have people all the time that, you know, after they come in, they don't need their cane, they don't need their hearing aids. This is true. I'm not going to say it's happening all the time, but it doesn't matter what part of the body, it's all the same thing. It's crystallization, it's scar tissue, and displaced calcium. So, you know, the world's changing, right? Changing really quickly, right? So I've been busy rewriting things, doing things, and I'm going to tell you something. You know, this will be our last world tour. And I believe that the world is going to go through a change, okay? We are divorcing from a whole system that we've been running for hundreds of years. Most people do not relate to that. You know how in relationships, like I just said, divorce, a lot of people know they should have left 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And then when they do leave, now it takes a while to get into your own groove, because that's the way we are. We're creatures of habit, and we stay too long, and we can't make decisions, and we can't let go. Why do you think so many people are constipated? They can't let go on an emotional level or physical level. That's why so many people have hemorrhoids. That's why so many people have diseases, because they're out of alignment and out of harmony. I will never be like that again. I haven't been like that in 25 years, a quarter of a century. I see what the writing on the wall. I know that one morning I'm going to wake up, and it could be days from now, weeks, but it won't be no more than months. And the collapse of this economy that we've been running and the way we've been running the financial system will be over. And that's why this will be our last world tour. So I'm telling everyone that if you're in Canada, United States, Australia, or you're in England, we won't be coming back probably for at least 5 to 7 years. Remember what I told you? So now there's a big change coming. So does the change just happen overnight and everything's just hunky-dory? No way. When you got divorced or when you leave, how long does it take you to get back in your groove? Okay? It takes a long time. We're talking about a whole new world economic system. So we will have definitely in the United States and Texas, we will have a training center. We'll definitely have a training center here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. We may have a training center in Puerto Rico and one in actually Canada. But we don't even know about Canada. I think Canada's lost itself. Canada was the ideal country to go and live in and be in, and oh my gosh, and it's not. It's not. It's unfriendly. I think that United States is going to go. And I'm not the guy of doom and gloom. I have to think about things. I've got 30 people that work with me. And they pay mortgages, they have families, they have to pay bills, so I have to think. And I've got to make right decisions. And we can all make right decisions if we find our Braveheart. And that's why I'm going out and trying to find a Braveheart nation, which is the minority of the minority. Because understand something, I will never ever be, follow, eat, drink, or think like the majority. It's never going to happen again. I am not better than anybody else on this planet, but I will do better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I purchased a place here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You wouldn't know it was there. It's so beautiful. It's well hidden. And it's not because I'm trying to hide, but I want everyone to feel the beauty of this place. You know, when people come to take the courses there, they can act, you know, actually it's got 4 bedrooms. It's got big, large training area. When they come, they will have all organic meals from the moment they rise till they close their eyes. They'll have juicing. They will be catered to, and we will be paying less than any time we've ever done. Everywhere that I am setting up a place, we're going to keep the price down as much as possible. Everybody, look at, we're doing the world tour. Everybody went and inflated their price, didn't they? Did anything go down in the last year? Our price on our course went down by 35-40%. And people can believe it or not. And it's not because, oh my God, they must have been really ripping us off. It's because, guess what? We're going to do this tour and we're not going to make money on it. And if we do, it will be very little. The reality is guess what? I am not going to let the world changing stop my program. We're going to go out there and at all possible, we are going to go to every country and every city that we said we would. But I'm setting up right now because there are going to be a couple of countries that we won't be able to get into, or a couple of countries that are going to be in chaos. I'm telling you, it's coming. And when they do, we'll be doing personal treatment and trainings in the most dangerous country in the world called Mexico. And this is the great illusion that people have. I walk around barefoot, never had trouble in my life. Okay? When we were running the Ixtapa World Healing and Training Center here, up until probably a year ago, nobody ever had any trouble, and we had not hundreds, but thousands of people come down in 2 years. Right, Sage? We filled up a 200 room resort probably about 60-70% of the time. Eh, Lorraine? Oh yeah, so we know what we're doing. And yes, and people will say he's awful dangerous. Yes, I'm awful dangerous because I will never rebel, but I am a rebeller. That's what I am. I'm never going to conform to the norm, conform to anybody's ideas or anybody's views. Because guess what? When you do conform to anybody's views, and do you know who anybody is? The majority of the population. The majority of the population does not rule this world. They are ruled. How many people know that every 5 years they have been bringing down the actual what a healthy person is at every age, and they've had to do it. That's how sick we have become, and they've been doing it for 50 years. If you were to go and take a look at someone your age and go back to the 50s or go back to the 60s, you would be appalled. They're not out of breath going up the stairs. They don't look like they're 3 to 9 months pregnant. There was the odd person back then that we would see that would have diabetes, because that's what it is. It's all diabetes. And you know what? Back then when I was a kid, Sage, we all believed it was genetics because they told us it was genetics. And it had nothing to do with genetics. And there is no diseases that have anything to do with genetics. And also, I'm going to make the right decisions here. So we will be our main actual point of reference, because the safest country I've ever been in, the one that has organic foods and doesn't call it that because they have no GMOs, the one that has no chemtrails, and the other thing is that you totally can be in peace here. I mean, it's so peaceful that everybody that comes, they just go, wow, we've been lied to. When people come down to take our courses from now on, they will be getting the most beautiful experience of their life. Because I am going to be in control of everything that we possibly can. We can't control everything, but they are going to have the most beautiful experience. And we're going to keep the trainings going, but we have to change. I cannot rely on a hotel. I cannot rely on human beings outside ourselves. We are going to be setting up our own designations and running our own hosting. Because when they turn this on, it'll be overnight. You'll wake up one morning, you'll hear the stock market has crashed. You'll hear that a lot of banks have closed down. You won't have access to your money in some banks. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on when we turn over to digital. Digital is not the devil. I mean, if you got chips and programming, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, that would be opting in, becoming a zombie. But the reality is the world's changing, and you've got to really connect to your breath, and that's what we're doing. So we're going to kick in the personal treatment and trainings. Sage will be traveling. Dr. Sage Wolf, my son, will be traveling all over the world, and he will not be doing big classes. He will be going to clinics and teaching the doctors in the clinic or the practitioners in a clinic how to do our non-surgical or how to do our whole life coaching, how to learn the whole program, the advanced water fasting, all the techniques. So that's what he's going to be doing. He'll be going around the world traveling and doing that, and we'll be doing personal treatment and trainings, and then our certifications for Wolf Non-Surgical and whole life coach certification. And then the pelvic course will all happen here at our World Healing and Training Center in Ixtapa, and then Texas, and occasionally in our place in Puerto Rico, and then in Canada, depending on the climate there, which the climate is not good. And I'm talking about the climate within the country. So we have to be ready to change. What changes do you need to make? Remember I told everyone that you should be working on your Braveheart contract, right? Your Braveheart Heroes contract. And you work on that morning and night. And if you actually unconditionally loved yourself and you knew that that which created the universe wants to give you anything that you passionately with all your heart want, and that you can sit in the peace of that knowing that you deserve it. And so just know this, the majority of the population is never going to get what they want because they don't believe they deserve it. If you've got points of view in here, my father, God love him, was a born-again Christian pastor. And my whole upbringing until I was probably around 12 years old, I believed I was going to hell. Tell you, it was a really awful life. I'd go to bed banging my head on a pillow because I knew I was going to hell. But I was a little rebel from the beginning, and if I wouldn't have gotten in all the trouble that I got in with my parents and with the world and with the school and with the government and everybody else, and it still happens, you wouldn't be sitting here. I apologize for nothing. And the reality is I like who I am. I love who I am. I'm going to stay who I am. I'm going to become stronger and sit in my connection and know that the majority of the population will never accept me for who I am, and that's okay, because I'm going to accept everybody for who they are. Because no matter at what level somebody is, I've done it. I've stole, done drugs, I did alcohol. I mean, I lost my stuff. Everybody plays with that stuff, but you couldn't make me feel guilty for it, and you can't sell me the pitch that that there's anything but hell except in here. So if I can't keep my act together, if I can't stand in my power no matter what the crisis is that's going on, how many people are counting on me? My family, the people who work with me that help me get this far, the people that are on platforms, the few whacks that follow me. There's a lot that follow me now. I've been calling things way before COVID. And all you have to do is be logical. And now what do we have? We have what? Virus X. Why do they call it X? Because it's so confusing. They don't know what it is. And they've never known what anything is. So now they can actually say they don't know what it is, but it is taking the lives of many people. I don't want to get into that today. I just want to tell you something. There's always going to be a story. I can remember when I was younger, and I didn't love myself. I didn't have any power, right? So I didn't have the power of love. I had the love of power. I used to overpower the girls I'd go out with, even my wife, because I couldn't stand in my own power. That's what these psychos are. At least they get together and strategize. I keep telling my staff and my kids that if you don't sit and strategize everything, okay? I don't believe in perfect. There is no perfect. But what I do is everything that I do now, everything, and I told everyone the word for this year on a personal level, okay, is gratitude and integrity. You got to have that. But everything else, okay, that you're moving forward with anyone is communication and strategy. You better be communicating and you better strategize everything. So that's what we're doing. So today I'm going to go close this deal. And then we're going to start advertising about the personal treatment and trainings and the certifications down here. And we're going to create the most safest, most beautiful adventure that will last a lifetime for everybody. Because guess what? And this is where people are on here and they're going to go, who does he think he is? I have the best whole life coach course in the world. And my son, he teaches the most powerful body work, and you're going to find out. And we offer a money-back guarantee on our courses, our treatments, our consultations, because we stand behind the product. And do you know what that means? That means that you're giving people back their power. You're giving back their power, and their power is unlimited. And that's what we're about, and that's what we're going to teach. I'm never going to go to battle with the government because the government has no purpose in my life, or the medical system. I'm just going to tell it like it is. The medical system's in emergency care. So guess what? They're going to be really busy because we're heading into a crisis. And because people have not, most people won't come and take my whole life coach course because God knows they would never spend that kind of money. They would never spend 9 days to actually crack their coconut and be able to stand in their God-given power for the rest of their life. I am an instrument of what I call my God. I'm an instrument of that, and people can believe it. This is not me being religious or holy or anything like that. And you are an instrument too as soon as you find yourself. You can't walk around scared anymore, Tim. You can't go around questioning yourself anymore. You got to ask yourself, if I unconditionally, totally love myself, what would I do today? What would I give myself? What are my dreams? And don't give your dreams up just because these psychos are going to unleash their hell. And because they're just going to keep on yakking and yakking until they've got everybody down on their knees begging God, please. And then God, if you actually knew what God was, you'd know you're supposed to get off your bloody knees and put your hands in the air and say, let's do this. Because it's teamwork that makes the dream work. So I get on here like this and I do this rant because I want everybody to know that with every day I'm going to change. And I don't know what is on the other side of me leaving my body, but guess what? I'm going to mind my own business right here, right now. The present moment is the only thing I can own, and this is where I have the power. This is where I can heal myself, teach other people to heal themselves, because we can't heal other people, but we can give them strategies, and guess what we can give them? We can shine our light and let them know where they need to go. We don't tell people what to become, we show people what to become, and that's what Braveheart Nation is. Wait until you see the app we're bringing out. Wait till you see the things that we're doing for everyone. Do you know why we did the world tours and why we did back-to-back world tours? Because we needed to funnel in a lot of money. There is now $260,000 that was put into this app. And this app is our gift to the world, eh, Sage? If they want to use it. And remember something. When you go to help someone, when you go to do something, no expectations. When I help someone, when I care for someone, I have no expectations of what they're going to give back to me because I don't need it. You understand? It's not like you're going to sit in an abusive relationship, but we are going to do our best. We are going to love our best. We're going to care our best for everyone. And we don't care how they feel about us. And that's what's called living an authentic life. So when you're taking this Wolf non-surgical course, just know you're learning the most powerful technique. You know what? I don't care who it is. Massage therapist, chiropractor, acupuncturist, okay? Homeopath, physiotherapist, surgeon, physician. They all got their head up their butts a little bit. And I'm not putting them down. I'm trying to tell you that if you're not working on bringing the circulation back to scar tissue, that's what old age is scar tissue and displaced calcium and crystallization. It's nothing else. Why don't you give me one illness? You know, the last time we did the whole life coach here, you know what we do? We call name that illness. And I do it in every course where you can name anything you want and I will prove to you it's all the same thing. And that there are no diseases, just you out of alignment. Just you running a program, kicking the shit out of yourself and everybody else because it's 3:15 and you're running a program and you don't even know. And most of you are still, your personality's not even yours. It was made up of mommy and daddy and the pastor and the teachers and everybody else. Until you are, okay? Until you are the hero that you're looking for. Until you are the answer. Until you have unconditional love for yourself first and foremost. And that is the most important relationship. You're not even living your life. So ask yourself how far you are from that. And at the same time that I'm doing all of this, there's nothing selfish about it. Because you can't have unconditional love for yourself or want an amazing life unless you want it for everybody else. You can't have unconditional love for yourself and be greedy. You can't have unconditional love for yourself and cheat or steal or lie. And that's why I don't care what the story is that comes out about me. Because the people that are jealous, okay, the people that don't know how to love themselves, care for themselves, or get what they want, what do? What do haters do? They come together and they hate, don't they? I've had tons of them. Eh, Sage? They still try. And I say, bring it on, baby. I love you anyway. It's none of our business. Do you understand? So what's our business? To get these training centers together, okay? And to bring in couples. And they'll come to us for a week to 10 days and treat them like royalty and teach them the most royal things about loving and caring and healing their own body. And you can heal your own disease. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. So we're going to be having couples come, families come, organizations come, businesses come to us, and then Sage will be going out to them because he's still ready to rip, tear, and go. Myself, I'm just going to, we're building a studio too, a professional studio. And with the Braveheart Nation app, I will have most of the best people in emotional, physical, and mental health in the world. And many people from different languages all over the world on DocStar TV on our app. And it will be free. And they'll be coming on 15 minutes every week to help to support people in every corner of the planet. And all of this is free. This is where we're going. And this isn't about you going, oh my God, he's so amazing, or oh my God. No, I don't want anything like that. No thank yous, nothing. This is what we should all be doing for each other. But first you got to learn how to do it for yourself. Right? You pull off unconditional love for yourself, and you will pull off unconditional love for everyone else because you breathe it. I don't have to think about it. I can have you disrespect me. That's okay. Do it once, but do it twice, and I'm not going to let you in my energy field. Do you understand? You're not coming back in my energy field. And if you are, I'm going to say, look at, hey, you be you, but the reality is this. It's unconditional love moving forward. And I'm telling you that right now. And whether you want to believe this, we've got 5 to 7 years of feeling like we are a caterpillar in a cocoon trying to break free. And that's going to be the whole world because of this change that's coming. I'm excited. I love it. Most people aren't prepared. I will do what I can. But just know this, the world has never changed. It's only the humans that have. The world is beautiful. I'm going to leave here right now. I'm going down to the beach and I'm going to go swim. Then I'll go home, and then I'll start getting right into it. You are the blessing that you've been looking for. And the people that really cared for you and loved you, they didn't know better. Unless somebody's trying to help you to reach unconditional love for yourself, which means unlimited potential, then you will be limited forever. You go ahead and believe all the limiting beliefs that you believe, okay? And believe that that which created the whole universe has a personality disorder. And then you find out how you live in a little box. You know, sometimes people will come on here and they'll comment, "You're going to hell." And I just go, wow, really? Really? To understand something, unconditionally practice love for yourself, and then you will not be offended by anything that anybody does, because most people are not their beliefs. They are the beliefs that have been programmed into them by fearful parents, fearful teachers. And am I fearful? I don't go out looking for trouble, and I don't want it, because I unconditionally love myself. I'm not going to go do it, but I am going to hold the line. That's why we picked the lion as our mascot. He lays under the tree, minds his own business. But when something challenges him, he finds his roar, but he doesn't continue with it. So when they unleash what's coming, if you can't stay connected to your breath, what I've taught you, and keep a slight smile on your face, and mind your own business, and keep working on your dreams and your passion, your purpose, no matter what's going on in the world. The world does not need your suffering. And guess what? You all love to suffer. Everybody loves to suffer. He or she who suffers the most is the most beautiful person. Really. I'm not suffering for nothing or no one. But if you need my help, you know my phone number, don't you? You're going to get it. And the reality is don't wait until you're down on your knees. Communicate. Braveheart Nation is not about being like each other and creating this emotional support system. It's about coming together and understand something, everyone. Go dust off your imagination, right? Because when you have imagination, you have curiosity. And when you have curiosity, you ask questions. And when you ask questions, now you have new possibilities. Did you get that? All right. So we just finished the course 2 days ago, and these are the changes I made since just thinking for a day. And I went out yesterday and bought a house to create the courses. So understand something. First of all, know that you deserve it. And that your dreams are your dreams, and they are special, and never give them up. Sometimes you'll get sidetracked, but don't give them up. And never give your dream up for someone else's dream. You don't do that. And don't run around trying to find your value by exhausting yourself to try to see who can love you next. It's right here. Find that God spot in your heart, and then tap into that, and then fill up your heart, and then ask yourself how you're doing. Thank you. I'll give you back to Dr. Sage Wolf, and good luck with day 2. Thanks, everyone.